Now, at some point, if you've been developing some projects and loading them up on the simulator, you may find that you have to get rid of them. And there are several ways to do this. But first, let's switch the hardware back to an iPhone Retina, which is an iPhone 4. And let's swipe to the second home page. Now, you uninstall apps on the simulator the same way you do it on the iPhone, except you use your mouse instead of your finger. On the home screens, place the pointer over the icon of the app you want to uninstall and hold down the mouse button until all the apps start to wiggle. Then click the app icon's close button, the little X that appears in the upper left corner. A message appears. Are you sure you want to delete the icon, or in this case, the bookmark, Tony Beauvais? Yes, click delete. If you click a real app instead of a bookmark, you get the message, delete simple gesture recognizers. That's the name of the app. It also tells you it will delete all of its data, which is what you want to do, especially if you're going to be installing a new version of this app on the simulator. You don't want it colliding with the older data from the older app. So click delete. Now you click the home button the same way you would push the physical home button on the iPhone to stop the apps from wiggling. Now, just as on an iPhone, the apps in the simulator run in the background. If we double click the home button, just like I would on an iPhone, you see the apps running in the background. To test to see how your app responds to being removed from the background, do the same thing. Tap and hold or click and hold until the icons begin to wiggle. You can then remove apps from the background. In this case, we'll remove Safari and Hazard Map. And once again, to stop the apps from wiggling, click the home button the same way you would push the physical home button on the iPhone. Click it one more time, the same you would press it in order to get back to the regular home screen. Notice that when you double click and open up the background area, you can drag it to see the iPod music controls, just as you can on an iPhone. Once again, click the home button, just as you would press it on an iPhone, to close the background area. Now, there are times when you want to reset the simulator to the original factory settings. This is an operation I do often because it removes all of the apps I've installed much more quickly. To reset the simulator, choose iOS Simulator, Reset Content and Settings. A message appears asking you, are you sure you want to reset the iOS simulator? Click Reset to reset it. All of the apps installed disappear. All of the data with those apps also disappear. And the simulator is set back to its original factory condition, ready for you to load apps. When you're developing your app and running it in the simulator, you should reset the simulator before building and running a new version of the app. That way you clear all of its settings and all of its data so that the new version of the app isn't corrupted by the data from the older version. In this case, resetting the simulator makes it easy for you to start fresh with this version of your app. And of course, we can go back to Xcode, click the Run button, and install the app again in the simulator.